Hey Seahawks Nation! Hold on tight, because what's going down in Seattle might completely change the course of this season. While everyone keeps talking about the usual names, there's a defensive player quietly making moves, and he might just become the centerpiece of this new-look scheme. At the same time, the offensive line is under serious pressure. One rookie's roster spot is hanging by a thread, and behind the scenes, there's buzz about a veteran who could land in Seattle at any moment. But is that really the right move? Stick with me till the end, because what's happening right now could be a whole lot bigger than anyone's expecting. And hey, if you want to stay in the loop with everything going on with the Hawks, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications. The 12s deserve to be ahead of the news. Let's be real, when people talk about the Seahawks defense, the same names always pop up: Leonard Williams, Devin Witherspoon, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Julian Love. Even Ernest Jones IV and the vet Jarran Reed get a lot of love when it comes to leadership on that side of the ball. But there's one name flying way too under the radar, and according to Seattle insiders, he might be one of this season's biggest breakout stars: Kobe Bryant. Yeah, that's right! He was drafted as a quarterback, started out playing the slot in 2022, had a rough 2023 dealing with injuries, and then in 2024, he reinvented himself as a safety, and it worked. So much so that he locked down the starting job. Stacey Ross from Seattle Sports even said he's the kind of guy casual fans only notice once he's already turning heads across the league. And that's not hype. After Rayshawn Jenkins went down in Week 7, Bryant stepped in and never gave the job back, even after the starter returned late in the year. He racked up 3 picks, 6 pass breakups, a forced fumble, and a 69-yard pick-six that basically sealed the win over the Cardinals. On top of that, he ranked 22nd out of 98 safeties on PFF and posted the 14th best passer rating allowed among all safeties with at least 500 snaps. Now, with Mike McDonald installing a scheme that leans heavily on 3 safety sets, Bryant's become a key piece right alongside Julian Love. With the versatility he brings, playing slot, outside, and now safety, he fits perfectly in a system that thrives on hybrid players. And it gets even better. This group already includes Witherspoon, who can line up anywhere, and rookie Nick Emenwari, another super versatile guy. We might be witnessing the rise of a dominant secondary, and Kobe Bryant is right in the middle of it. But while the defense is shaping up nicely, the offensive line? That's a whole different story. GM John Schneider tried to patch things up in the draft by adding Gray Zabel in the first round, Bryce Cavaldew in the 6th, and Mason Richmond in the 7th. And right now, all eyes are on Richmond, unfortunately, not for the best reasons. Justin Mello from USA Today reports that Richmond's fighting an uphill battle just to make the final roster. The dude's resume is solid: 52 college starts, including 42 straight at Iowa as a tackle. But here's the issue: fit. In the NFL, he's expected to shift inside to guard due to a lack of arm length for the edge. And even there, he'll need to bulk up to handle pro-level pass rushers. With Zabel pretty much locked in on the left side, a tight competition between Olu Oluwatimi and Jalen Sundle at center, and a scrap between Anthony Bradford and Christian Haynes on the right, Richmond's window is closing fast. And since all those guys are still on rookie deals, the front office has way more flexibility. Bottom line? Richmond could get cut and end up on the practice squad, unless another team scoops him up. Lance Zierlein from NFL.com gave him props for his technique but was blunt: he's a back-of-the-roster guy with potential to grow, but nowhere near ready right now. And with the Seahawks desperate to protect Sam Darnold, there's zero room for error. And if you're still watching, you're definitely one of the real ones. So help us grow this community, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. Because what's coming next? It could change everything. Speaking of Darnold, the hottest topic right now among Seahawks fans is his protection. After getting sacked 9 times in that brutal playoff game against the Vikings, It's crystal clear that Clint Kubiak's new-look offense only works if the line steps up. And here comes the next big twist behind the scenes, the potential signing of Jedrick Wills Jr. Yep, the former 10th overall pick in the 2020 draft, left tackle for the Browns, could make a lot of sense for Seattle on the right side. Wills started off hot, locking down 45 starts in his first 3 years, including playoff games. But the past 2 seasons? Injuries limited him to just 13 games total. Now he's a free agent, trying to bounce back. Brent Sobleski from Bleacher Report listed Wills as one of the top remaining free agents, and he wouldn't come with a crazy price tag. And here's the kicker, for a team like the Seahawks, who watched Abraham Lucas miss 21 games over the last 2 seasons, adding someone like Wills could be a low-risk, high-reward move. Even if he's not 100% right away, he can learn the system, get comfortable, and be ready when needed. And if it's a cheap 2-year deal? That's exactly the kind of gamble John Schneider loves, betting on raw talent with a solid background and developing it in-house. But while that's still just a rumor, one thing already locked in is the arrival of Gray Zabel. The 18th overall pick came in with starter expectations and is already seen as the cornerstone of this revamped defensive line. According to Brady Henderson from ESPN, he's the only real impact addition to the interior O-line. And with Clint Kubiak's scheme focusing more on zone runs and quick passes, the system itself could help shield Darnold better. Henderson also said the team might still chase a cut veteran from another roster during training camp. But until that happens, the internal battle is gonna be fierce. That means we could see 4 rookies starting on the offensive line, rare in the NFL, and a setup that demands instant chemistry. If it works, the payoff is huge. But if it doesn't, the damage could show up in the first few weeks. The Seahawks are undergoing a quiet but critical transformation. The defense is getting smarter, more aggressive, and more versatile, and players like Kobe Bryant are stepping up in a big way. The offensive line, though, remains a giant question mark, especially with rookies like Mason Richmond at risk of getting cut. And there's still a wild card, a surprise move for Jedrick Wills Jr., which could bring stability to a unit that needs help fast. All signs point to a front office grinding hard to put this team in position to make a statement. And the calls they're making now? They might be the difference between a breakout year or another frustrating one. So what about you 12s? Which of these moves caught you off guard? Do you think Kobe Bryant's ready to take that leap and become a true anchor on this defense? Should Richmond get another shot, or is it time to move on? And if you were John Schneider, would you roll the dice on Wills now, or wait and see how the line holds up early in the season? Drop your take in the comments. Your opinion matters big time. I want to hear what the 12s are thinking. And if you want to stay on top of every behind-the-scenes move from our Seahawks, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. This season's gonna be wild from start to finish. Let's show the league what the 12s are made of, and make some serious noise. Go Hawks!